The best of the morning X. 99X.
New Rock 99X. It's Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy with Dave Matthews. We feel kind of like his background singer, so right now we're standing to the side of him.
It's kind of strange, isn't
all
it?
lined up in a row with a room full of people.
I think we should comment on how good-looking the crowd is.
It's a handsome crowd, as always.
I wasn't sure this was really a 99X gig at first.
Is the crowd usually not as handsome?
This is definitely the high end. There's no doubt about it. This is the top shelf. If any of you guys...
Looks like Atlanta to me.
Yeah. Any of you guys have something you want to ask Dave, line up here.
Yeah, we'd like to give you all an opportunity to ask a question, so come on over.
And I will, as best I can, come up with the wrong answers.
Yeah.
Dave, not a very straight answer kind of guy. That's what I like about you.
Yeah, I don't like straight answers because they're usually... Unless you're an expert, which there are an abundance of here in Atlanta. Have you ever noticed that? Whatever's happening on TV, CNN can find an expert here in Atlanta to tell you all about it.
Dave, do you have any ritual before a show? Anything you do every night to get you fired up to go on stage?
Fired up would be the operative word there.
You go. No, I'm pretty nervous before. See, now I've changed my position.
You're in your Scott Stapp pose now.
I don't really do anything before the show. I don't think any of it. We sort of get together in the dressing room. It's about the only time that we, because we're all sort of spread out doing, somebody's having dinner. That somebody could be me, maybe not. And somebody's over there doing that thing. And the only people who in our organization who really have it together just before the show goes on are the crew. And we know what we got to do. And then we make our way to the dressing room and then, talk for a couple minutes. Not about the show necessarily. Just, We shoot the breeze. I use breeze.
That's right.
Because I don't think you can use the other word for crap on the radio, can you?
Sure.
I don't know. Well, I was wondering.
Can you shoot the
you can say
crap?
Yeah.
You can say shit on the radio. You're gonna cut shit out of this show. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, I've always wondered, because Rich was at that Guns N' Roses debacle in Philadelphia last week, where the crowd waited until midnight before they canceled the show. When a show starts late, let's say a half hour, 40 minutes late. Mm-hmm. What's going on back there? Why do shows start late?
Well, I guess we're pretty consistently about 15 minutes after we're meant to start. I think that's so pretty much consistently. If you have come to see us and we start at 8:05, we're gonna go out about 8:20, 8:15, 8:20. I think that's in that area. What happens when? That's just because we're plugging in the monitors and how do I look, kind of thing. That's usually what we're doing.
You are a diva.
I mean, we're not in the dressing room going. You know what? I'm not going up there.
Right.
Tonight I'm not going up there. Right.
Make them wait.
Some people can afford. We're not even saying make them wait. We're just like what. What do you say?
He's jogging in place now.
No. The reason, the chair. I lost the feeling in my right leg.
Gotcha.
There are some songs that you do every show, and then songs that you don't do at other shows. And I know you've got your personal favorites. What are some of those?
They change every night. At the end of the night, it's usually when I know what my favorites are. I don't know what my favorite songs are. At the moment, I'm kind of fond of Gravedigger, but that's just because it's a baby.
Great song.
Yeah, small, polite.
We got some fans here, Dave. Want to ask you questions?
Hi, Dave. I'm Amy.
Hello,
nice to meet you
Amy.
today.
How you doing there today? Yeah.
I was just wondering. There's a rumor going around about a solo college tour, and I was just wondering about that.
Well,
clear that up.
Tim and I we don't play together very often, and we haven't for a while, and I'd love to do that again. I'm not positive about anything, really. I'm really not positive about anything because someone else is in charge. I mean, they wouldn't do anything that I don't want to do, you see. So it's not like I'm not in charge, but I'm not driving all the time. sometimes I'm asleep in the back seat. And if there's any real, what exit do we take? I don't know. David knows. Well, should we take this? Well, wake him up and ask him. That's kind of how the whole thing's going at the moment. And I think that goes for all of us. But maybe the other guys are a little more. But I'd like to remain as much as possible in the dark, or at least someone's convinced me of that. That it's better that I remain.
Can you imagine what that tour would look like if you had to book the routing?
Yeah, no, well, it probably would start at home and end at home, and then everything in between would be not far from there. That's probably what would happen.
We've got another listener that has a question.
Yeah, I was wondering where you see the band in 10 years.
I hope reasonably happy. No less happy than we are now. I hope happier. I think probably I can say with confidence we'll all be 10 years older. But who knows? 10 years is a long time. We might get. Who knows what's going to happen in the world in the next year, and that might change everything. We don't know what's going to happen, and I hope that I happily am playing music with the four people that I've been playing music with for the last 12 years. I think it's about 12, isn't it? I hope I get to play with them for as long as I can play or choose to play. But I don't know. I can't predict. Where do I see them in 10 years? Who knows? We might.
I read on the.
Just hope it's good. I'm rambling, aren't I? She's that's why she's a professional. You see, because she knows when things start going in no direction, it's time to cut the putts off. Yeah.
Now I read on one of the fan websites that you had actually bought into a vineyard in Charlottesville. Is that true?
I grew I didn't have anything to do with it really. My brother he grows grapes. Yep. And
just grapes, Dave.
And my friend Brad and my brother make wine together. Make some pretty good wine, and I've been down to the vineyard, so I mean, yeah, there's some wine coming out. We're making some wine, but I'm not really I'm not treading on any grapes, but I'm certainly drinking some wine.
Entertainment Weekly had you as number 34 on their Hollywood's most powerful people list, ahead of Bruce Springsteen and Bono. Now, if you had to venture a guess as to
I should be higher up the list, I think.
Okay, there you go.
I think
good enough.
Because in a room with even number one, I mean, I think I could probably beat any one of those people up.
Yeah.
Dave, last time you were with us, we were talking to you about your new endorsement of that Ben & Jerry's flavor, One Sweet World.
Mm-hmm. It's old hat now.
And I believe your comment, what was your quote? It was, it tastes great when you're high.
I don't know if I said that, but that sounds like something that I might have said.
Yeah, that was the quote. That was the quote. I got to ask you, Dave, how much pot do you think you smoke in a week?
I don't want to disappoint people, but I'm, as it turns out, I'm not I talk a big game, but that's that's because I have problems with a lot of the ways that our society deals with things as relatively harmless as pot. But I'm not a big pot smoker, as it turns out. I had my time, I think, when I was younger. There's times when I think I might have fallen into the category of a heavy pot smoker, but I'm not really. It's not really my cup of tea that much of the time. I'm not to say that I won't do it, just to say that it's something I'm not. I don't find myself drawn to that often.
Back in the day when you did, what was your big munchie attack afterwards?
Anything, but that's still sort of a problem for me, as I like to eat late at night anyway. But coffee is I think my drug of choice. Probably not as healthy as pot, but it's more accessible, Every once in a while, I have a battle with cigarettes, which without a doubt are not as healthy as pot. And so, if any of you young people out there are struggling with cigarettes, I say give those up before you give anything else up, because they're the most poisonous thing that you can get.
We got another question from a fan.
Hi, Dave. I'm Miriam.
Hi, Miriam. What's happening?
Nice to meet you. I sort of have an obscure question.
Ooh.
It's about the song "You Pay for What You Get." Did you have Hamlet in mind when you wrote that?
No, I wasn't thinking about Hamlet. I was thinking about ham and eggs. No, I don't know what I was thinking about. Hamlet was not on my mind, but hey, I should have said yes. Is what I should have said. Although, not a bad play, is it? As plays go, Hamlet's like pretty up there, isn't it? It stood the test of time. Hamlet.
A round of applause for the Dave Matthews Comedy Hour. That's it.
Thank you.
Dave, thank you for doing this. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Is it over, or is that
it.
Just beginning?
That's
now
part
you get
one.
now you get the CNN interviews.
Right.
Got this thing here. It's like my thighs is lost its groove. Don't you? I didn't know it, but as I get older, I can do things like this and sort of. You see, I shake it up here and it goes. I can even feel the shake down in my ankles, even if you can't see it. It's like right there.
One of his handlers.
You all take care of yourselves. Thanks very much.
Wheel him away.
All right.
It's Dave Matthews on 99X.
You're on the best of the morning X. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.